Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Nick Gray, and today I'm back with another smartphone camera comparison with the Pixel 4a 5G and comparing that with the Samsung Galaxy A52, which I'm using to record right now. As I do in all of these smartphone camera comparisons, everything that you see in this video is recorded on these two devices, so just keep an eye on the bottom of the screen to see which smartphone and which cameras from that device are being used. The interesting thing about this comparison is that both of these mid-range smartphones cost exactly $500 making them perfect competitors. The question is, which device takes better pictures if that's a priority for you? Now, we're going to jump into the specifications, and one of the things I really like about the Galaxy A52 is that it can record 4K video from its front-facing cameras and rear-facing cameras, allowing you to switch on the fly with a single video file between those. So let's take a look at of the Pixel 4a 5G. On the rear, we have two cameras here, a 12.2 megapixel main sensor that can record 4K video at 60 frames per second, and then an ultra-wide camera, 16 megapixels, that maxes out for video quality at 4K 30 FPS. Flipping things over to the front-facing camera on this device, we get a single 8 megapixel sensor that can record 1080p video at 30 frames per second. And when switching over to the Samsung Galaxy A52, the cameras on the back here might look a little bit more impressive with a 64 megapixel main sensor, 5 megapixel depth sensor, 5 megapixel macro camera, and then also a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. And as far as video quality goes, or video resolution, you're looking at 4K video at 30 FPS from the rear cameras, matching what you can get out of the 30 megapixel selfie camera up front. And as you saw before, being able to switch on the fly between the rear cameras and the main camera on a single video file without needing to stop and start again. So now that we've gotten the specifications of the Galaxy A52 and the Pixel 4a 5G all squared up, let's jump into some side-by-side photo and video comparisons to see how these two devices handle themselves in everyday use. And here's a look at video quality from the front-facing cameras on both of these devices. Again, the Samsung having the slight advantage here of being able to capture 4K video from the selfie camera versus just the 1080p video on the Pixel 4a 5G. And it also is a little bit wider, which I definitely prefer, though it does look like the the electronic image stabilization that Google has on the Pixel 4a 5G is slightly better when walking around. So if you're looking for stable video, the Pixel 4a 5G might be the better option here. But if you're simply looking for the highest resolution possible, Samsung's got the edge. And this here's a look at video capture from the front-facing cameras on both of these devices. Again, the Samsung device having the upper hand in this kind of situation, mainly because it can record in 4K at 30 FPS versus the 1080p of the Pixel 4a 5G. And that's going to do it for this camera comparison between the Pixel 4a 5G and the Samsung Galaxy A52. Let me know what you think of the results in the comments below, and which device you would rather use on a day-to-day basis for capturing your photos and videos. I have more camera comparisons with the Samsung device coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon as well if you want to see them as soon as they're online. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.